Hello, it's Dan the Real Estate Guy again. Today I'm going to talk to you about the for sale by owner method. Remember, we have lots of different methods to buy properties for wholesale values or under market. And one of the main reasons we do that is I believe always that properties have a cash value, where someone's paying cash and closing as quickly as a title company can get it done. They should be able to buy that property for less than retail. Remember, retail buyers are going to take in this market a minimum of 30 days to close. They're probably going to take 45 to 60, and sometimes it takes longer. They're probably not bringing much to the party, I like to call it. They're not bringing a big down payment. Many of them are just bringing their credit and their job history. You know, they've been on the job more than 2.5 years, they've got good credit, they make good income, they're signing on the line, they're making an offer to you on your property when you're selling it retail. They're making an offer near market value. If you're listed correctly, that's full price. Sometimes they'll come in a few thousand over because they're going to ask you for up to a 3 or 3.5% credit back, 3 or 3.5% of the sales price. It's a pretty good credit. You know, on a $200,000 house, you're talking $6,000 or better. That's a lot of money. And in this market, depending on your market situation, it may be necessary to help people buy the property. If you're willing to do that as a seller, then you've got more buyers to choose from. So when you go talk to a for sale by owner, one of the first things you need to do is find out, hey, if you don't sell this property for your asking price, but you had someone that wanted to pay cash and close next week, would you consider doing it for less than the retail value? That's an honest question. They should understand that. The way you put that question is you let them know. You believe every property has two values. A retail value that takes time and effort and maybe even a credit to get, and or the cash value, which takes no effort on their part. You sign a contract, you open an escrow, you put your cash in and you close. All right? So those are two different values. So ask that question. You know, you'll find that many for sale by owners want more than retail. That's why they're for sale by owner. Most of them want at least retail, and they don't want to pay any commission. Maybe in this market they don't have very much equity or none. Maybe they're even trying to do a short sale. Once you figure out those things, you'll figure out whether or not you need to spend any time following up with that person or making an offer. Right? It's a numbers game, just like all the other methods. You might find that 1 in 10 or 1 in 20 or 1 in 30 is saying, hey, you know what, I'm trying to move out of the state. I own the place free and clear. I'm listening. Make me an offer. Make me an offer. If I don't get a retail offer pretty soon, I'm open to that. I'm open to your cash. That's what you're looking for, and that's why this method works. So get out there and talk to for sale by owners. Another point I'd like to make is that statistically, most for sale by owners do list the property with an agent after 3 weeks. All right, they try on their own. This is a national stat. I used to list for sale by owners when I was an agent, and I used to determine whether or not they would do that. So the question I asked back in those days was, in the unlikely event that you don't get this property sold on your own, would you then list it with an agent or keep it? You see, it gets them thinking. Some of those guys would say, you know, I was just going to try for 2 or 3 weeks, just trying to save a commission here. If it doesn't get done, I'll call up a realtor and get this done. The reason I'm asking you to ask that question is it goes back to our win-win philosophy. You've probably already started developing a relationship with a realtor if you're not one. You know, someone with a license that has multiple listing and all the other goodies that they have. You're asking them to do things for you from time to time, you know, run comps, comparative market analysis, all those good things. So when you're out there making contacts with for sale by owners, and you know now the statistics are that a lot of those guys list, you're going to find out which ones would consider that, and then you just ask that for sale by owner. You know, I've been working with a realtor, they seem real sharp. Are you committed to any realtors? They might say, well, my sister's a realtor, I'm going to list it with her. Well, then you don't need to pass that information on to your realtor. But they say, no, I really don't really have one I'm committed to. Say, great, you know, I've been working with a real sharp one. Is it okay if I have her call you, or him or her, call you in 2 or 3 weeks, see how it's going? They might just go ahead and say, yeah, you know, that's great. Well, now you have a nice warm call for your realtor, a possible listing. The realtor sees you're watching out for them. You're not just asking for stuff all the time. You know, young investors need a lot of information, a lot of help before they ever make that first purchase, before the realtor ever gets paid. So I've had realtors write hundreds of offers before. I'm licensed, but sometimes it's good for me to have other realtors write lots of offers for me. So you want to make sure they get paid at some point. All right, so you can refer that. Don't ask for a referral fee. Just hook them up, let them do their thing. Next time you need a comparative market analysis on a property, pretty sure it's going to come over your fax or your email very quickly. All right, so that's for sale by owners. Just one other area you can look to buy properties wholesale. And they're out there, and there may be many, many of them, and you need to dig through the ones that, to find the ones that have equity and that may be interested in an all-cash offer. So your homework's to get out there and talk to some of those folks. You can talk to some on the phone, make yourself a little list of questions before you get on the phone, the ones we just talked about, and see if there's any motivation there. The ones that are motivated, put those aside and follow up with them. When you're out in the field, whether you're driving the ugly property program, what we talked about yesterday, or you're using some other technique, or you're on your way back and forth to your first transaction, if you see a for sale by owner sign, by all means stop. Talk to them, find out, keep a list. Know what's going on with the for sale by owners in your area. It's a fun technique. You'll find most of these people are pretty nice. Once in a while they'll slam the door in your face. But they are trying to sell a product here, so they're going to try to sell you as well. Once they figure out you're a wholesale buyer, not a retail buyer, well, they might not want to spend a lot of time with you then, but that's okay. You're going to move on, right? Next. All right, so I'll see you on the next video. Thank you.